László Toroczkai, you are the mayor of the city, the town of Ásotthalom, which has some 4,000 inhabitants, but which is known all over the world because of the situation in 2015 when hundreds of illegal immigrants were crossing the border from Serbia every day. Can you tell us, is the situation over, or do you have, is the problem with this illegal immigration in Ásotthalom solved now?
Yes, Ásotthalom was the main target of this mass illegal immigration, which is a crime in my eyes, because I have seen this mass illegal immigration by my own eyes, and I have seen those international criminals who organized this immigration, because this immigration would not exist without the criminals, without the human smugglers, and without those politicians who invited them. And yes, you're right, because my town has only 4,000 inhabitants, but we have a huge territory, more than 122 square, and we have the longest part of the border at the Serbian-Hungarian border, and we got thousands migrants every day in 2015, and this is why I wanted to erect this border fence, which is more than 170 kilometers. Unfortunately, first time the Hungarian government didn't agree with me, and they said it's impossible to erect this border fence because Brussels, the leaders of the European Union, will never accept this border fence. But fortunately, finally, the Hungarian government accepted my idea, and the Hungarian government built this border fence. It was a great job, and that was one of the most beautiful day in my life when the Hungarian government announced to this event, and I am one of those Hungarian citizens who can see this border fence from my own window, because I live in a farm exactly on the border. And I am very happy because this border fence means that the Hungarian nation want to exist in the future, and we want to defend our culture, our traditions, and our safe country. It's very important, because Hungary is one of the safest countries in Europe, and this mass immigration could destroy our country, because, for example, we arrested and we caught some terrorists in my town. For example, that terrorist who made attack in Germany later, close to Würzburg, on the train. He attacked the people on the train, and he was a member of the Islamic State. So the ISIS sent him to make attacks in Europe. So it was necessary, and we defend. No. He came from Pakistan.
But through.
Yes, across my town. For example, those terrorists who made attacks in Paris, the capital of France, they went across my town. to Western Europe. So it was a very dangerous situation for my town. Many migrants broke into the houses in my town. Sometimes just they wanted to wait the human smugglers or to charge their smartphones in the houses, and the owner was in the bed because they came by night. So it was a horrible, horroristic situation.
So it was also a local problem, not only a national one.
No. It was
for the security,
yes.
for the safety of
Can you imagine that if you live in a very calm, small town, and thousands and thousands unknown migrants arrive to your town, and sometimes they break into your house by night. Of course, it was a problem. It was a local problem. But of course, I wanted to defend my town. This is my job because I'm the mayor in that town. But I also wanted to protect my country, Hungary, and I also wanted to protect Europe because I am a European citizen. And this is why we erected this border fence. It was a long work because first time we built the first line of the border fence, and in the next year, so in 2016, the government built a next line. So now we have 2 border fences, and with the camera system, with thermal cameras, with moving sensors, and with low electricity. So now it's working very well.
Nobody gets through.
The migrants attack the border fence every night, but just a few groups can go across the border fence. They cut the fence, or they use a ladder to climb across the fence, but we could keep under control the situation. So this is the most important. We will catch them, we will arrest them in our forests. So this is the most important because
what happens when you catch them?
They will go back to the Serbian side. And who want to be a real refugee, those people can go across the border at the transit zones. We have 2 transit zones, but not at my town because I didn't agree with the government, and I didn't let the government build a transit zone at my town because the people of my town don't want to meet with these people anymore, because we have very bad experiences with these people. It's very important to notice that they are not refugees, because first of all, my people wanted to help these people. The first time when they have appeared in my town at the border zone, the people of my town wanted to give drinks, foods for these people, because we have experiences with real refugees from the 19th, when Hungary accepted a lot of refugees from Yugoslavia during the Yugoslavian war. So the people of my town saw that they are similar refugees. But when the people in my town is not a rich town, my people are not rich people, and when they meet with these migrants and they saw that these migrants had a lot of euros in the pockets, and they didn't accept the drink and foods because they were not hungry and thirsty, and they didn't walk a lot because the human smugglers transported them exactly to the border on the Serbian side. And they were walking across the border, and after they were waiting the Hungarian police, or they were waiting the human smugglers who will transport them to Western Europe, you know. So after these experiences, my people changed their opinion, these people. And we had a lot of migrants from Kosovo, from Bangladesh, from Morocco, and there are no wars. Or those people who came from a war, from a real war, for example from Syria, they could stop in the first safe country, example Bulgaria or Greece, but they didn't want stop because they came to Europe for money, not for the safe.
Did you notice a worsening of the situation after Angela Merkel opened Germany's border in August 2015?
Yes, Angela Merkel made a very big mistake for every European country.
You saw the difference in Ásotthalom?
Yes, but for example, when Angela Merkel sent this message to the people, to Africa or South Asia, of course, 1 billion people could start from Africa or South Asia to Europe, but we recognize that at the border zone they were coming more and more after Angela Merkel's message, but fortunately now I think the human smugglers and a lot of migrants already know my message from my town. This message is a different message, like Angela Merkel's message, because I message we accept only those guests who will respect our laws. We will not accept those people who want to come across the green border by the illegal way. And now the situation is very well in my town.
You're not only the mayor of Ásotthalom,
Yes.
You're also the vice-président of the Jobbik party.
Yes.
As Jobbik, do you agree with Viktor Orbán's policies on immigration?
Yes, I agree. I agree with Viktor Orbán's politics with the immigration, because he got the idea about this topic from me, because I was that person who suggested who proposed him to do something against this mass illegal immigration, to erect this border fence. And yes, it's not too easy situation for me, because I am the vice president of the strongest opposition party, but the nation, the interest of the nation is the first for me, and of course I cannot say anything else, just to support Viktor Orbán's politics about this immigration, and I hope he will accept my idea about this question in the future.
And do you agree with being called nationalist as the Jobbik party? Is it
Nationalist?
a nationalist party?
Why not? Nationalism is a good thing. Nationalism.
French President Emmanuel Macron said nationalism means war. Le nationalisme c'est la guerre, a dit Emmanuel.
I think Emmanuel Macron means war for Europe, because Emmanuel Macron has a plan for Europe this is the most dangerous plan what I have ever heard in my life, because he declared that he wants two-speed Europe. It's a very, very bad message for Poland or for Hungary, for those Central European countries which joined to the European Union after the Western European countries. And Emmanuel Macron would like to build a United States of Europe. And I believe in the alliance of the sovereign European countries. I think it's necessary. It's necessary, but we have to fight against Macron's plan. It's very dangerous for
Hungary out of the European Union, don't you?
No, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Jobbik doesn't want to go out of European Union, but we want change the European Union, because I believe that we need cooperation between the European countries, because there is a global competition, there is a global economical competition, and the European countries are less stronger than China or United States of America, and this is why European nation should cooperate, but only by economy. So we need an economical cooperation, but we don't need this political dictatorship, because now Brussels want give the orders. Brussels and the leaders of the European Union want tell to the countries what is the good, what is the bad, and they would like change our population, and they want to destroy the national states. It's very dangerous, and I fight against this European Union.
What about NATO? Is Jobbik in favor of leaving NATO?
I don't care the NATO, because I think the NATO is now the NATO is working very badly, because now the NATO just part of the United States of America. So the Americans leads the NATO, and this is not alliance of sovereign countries. This is not alliance of our armies. Just they send commands to us, and the NATO fight for only American interests, and I think it's not good. So we need to change the situation in the NATO too.
But then you said in a recent interview for Visegrad Post, yes, that if the four of Visegrad manage to stay strong and united, then there is hope that the European Union will survive. But you realize that your positions on NATO would be very different from Poland's position. So isn't it contradictory that you're talking about the necessity of Visegrad?
I was talking about Visegrad Group, yes, as an alliance in the European Union. Not, I wasn't talking about the NATO. This is another question. It's not the same theme. And of course, I think that the Visegrad Group is the last hope to change the European Union, because this is a new wave in Central Europe, and the Visegrad Group wants more democratic European Union, you know, because we are full of these these comments and with quotes what Brussels wants. So, but this is not the same question. The NATO is an alliance of the army, so this is not economically alliance. This is why I said we need economically alliance, not politically. But the NATO now is a politically organization. This is the problem, I think.
And you will take part tomorrow. We're in Warsaw. You will be taking part to the Independence March organized by Polish nationalists, but with many people, many patriots who are not necessarily linked to the nationalist movement in Poland. And you will have a speech at the end of this march.
Yes.
And this march is going to happen with the motto, "We want God." As a Hungarian nationalist, do you identify with this claim from Polish nationalists, "We want God"?
God, of course, because we are Christians, and the Christianity is the foundation, is the most important essence of Europe. So we are not atheists, of course. And I support the Polish nationalism, because I think it's very clear Christian nationalism, very Catholic nationalism in Europe, and it makes me very happy. So and the other thing, the Polish-Hungarian historical alliance I think is the strongest in Europe. It's very strong friendship between our nations, and it's very important. This is why I always here in Warsaw at the Independence March. I would like support the Polish nation.
László Toroczkai, thank you.
Thank you very much.